सहना भवतु तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्कयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै We did that first mantra, and continuing that, Gaudapada says here that Sarvam Hedat Brahmam Ayam Atma Brahma, which is the Mahavakya from this Upanishad. Ayam Atma Brahma. Which Atma? Ayam. This Atma. Showing, pointing to himself. Ayam Atma Brahma. Sarvam Vedat Brahma. Ayam Atma. All this is Brahman. And Ayam Atma, this Atma also is Brahman. Thus he says, Soyam Atma Chadushpat. That Atma is of the nature of 4 padas. Don't take the meaning. Pada means leg, like a cow having legs. Not that pada. Padyade anena idi pada. By which you move forward is called pada. It has got this Atma Sarvamedat Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma, Soyam Atma Chadushpad. In other words, Ayaha, Ayam means Vishti, me. Vishti, individuality, me, is Saha. Ayam Atma Brahma. It is the total. This Vishti is the Samashti. The individuality, the microcosm is not different from the macrocosm. Thus he says here, macrocosm itself is the microcosm. So they are not different. For Paroksha is only an appearance. Now, in this, so we are wondering what is wrong with the Rishi Instead of describing Atma and Brahma, he is taking Ohankara Upasana. And again he says, Abhideya Pradhanam is Ohankaram, Abhidhana Pradhanam, etc. We have seen all that in the last class. Ohankaram itself is the Abhideya and Abhidhana. Abheda Sambandham is given to us by that verse. And now he says, Sarvam Hedat Brahma and I am Atma Brahma. This Atman is Brahman alone. Soyam Atma Chadushpat. It is of 4 aspects it has got. 4 matras we can call it. Chadushpad means 4 matras there is in that Onkara. And in Brahma there are 4 padas. Matra they call it in Om, but Padam they call it in Brahman. Aspects. Padam there means only the 4 aspects of Brahman. Now, not only I am Atma Brahma gives you the indication, not what we said before, all Brahman. Now, even this which is inside me, the Pratyagatman in me is also, which is there in the Andaryami Rupa. That also is Brahman, not only in me, in every being in this world. As the Andaryami in every world. And the Sakshi in the human beings, this Atma also is Brahman. Like that he said, what are the 4 padas? Now you have to think about all that. Instead of going it by word again, which Gurudev had already done, I'll just rush through the whole thing because you already know it. There is no need to make an elaborate explanation of it. I just give you summary of meditation or no. Now, what I had written in this article, I'll tell you. In the Agama Prakarana, Gaudapada explains the method of contemplation. Onkara, Upasana means how to contemplate on the significance of Pranava or Onkara as it is set forth in the Mandukya Upanishad. So it says here, Om is the sound which is indicative of the Brahman, Abhidhana. Okay. Now, which is indicative of Brahman self, it is inclusive of all sounds and hence it is the support of the entire Vak Prapancham. It is the Om that is supporting the whole Vak Prapancham. Where so many words we are using every day and that is supported by Om because Om contains the entire alphabet. Even a dictionary contains the entire alphabet. Is it not? Dictionary is so big. But it contains the whole alphabet in the sense that all the alphabets are there in the words there, in the dictionary. Similarly, all the namas in the world are there in Om. That much you understand. And hence it is inclusive of all sounds and hence it is the support of the entire Vak Prapancha. Of all these symbols, the sound Om has come to be regarded as the most important and fruitful. We have seen all that. And Kathopanishad says, Sarve Vedaha Yatpadam Amanandi Tapamsi Sarvani Yadvadandi. Remember those words? I have heard somewhere. Like that they are looking at me. Where have you heard? Sarve Vedaha Yat Padam Amanandi Tapamsi Sarvani Chedvadanti Yedichando Brahmacharyam Charanti Tate Padam Sangrahena Brevimi Omitteda. That Padam is called. Now, the Mundaka Upanishad compares the Pranava, the symbol Om, to the bow. You remember that? Pranavam. The individual soul is to the arrow and Brahman to the target, and says that the target is to be unerringly hit. Isn't it? That in the Mundaka Upanishad. Thus is union with Brahman attained. Pranavo dhanuhu sharo hyatma brahma tallakshamuchyade. This is all we have learned. I am just reminding you again. Apramatvena vedhavyam sharavad tanmayo bhaved. Just like the arrow goes and becomes one with the lakshyam. Lakshyam is Brahman. So also when we do the Omkara Upasana, what happens? The arrow goes to the Lakshyam, which is Brahman, and they become one. Sharavat Tanmayo Bhave. In the Mundaka Upanishad. You find out and enjoy that. Then you will know. Tallakshyam Brahma Sharohat Tanmayo Bhave. So, Prashnopanishad, in Prashnopanishad, in the fifth question, same Om is mentioned. Rigbhiviredam yajurbirandariksham samadhiyatat kavayo vedayante tam ongarena ayadanena anvedi yatat shandam ajaram amurdam vidwan abhayam paranjeti. The vidwan reaches that Shandam, Ajaram, Amurdam, Abhayam, Param Chedi. That is the description of Brahman. All these are, and they have always, in all these Upanishads, it is said, Omkara will take you, Omkara Dhyana and meditation on Om will take you to the realization of Brahman. Anyway, leave it. You can take other Ubadhis also, no problem. You can take any type of, what can you say? Pradika for Upasana. What is important is whether you are putting your heart and soul in that Upasana. That is important. It is not on what you are meditating on, but the meditation should go towards the attainment of Brahman. Then only it is. Simply say Ram, 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 you will reach. No, you won't reach. Who is Rama? I chant Ram Nam daily. Okay, very good. But who is Rama? What will you say? No, if you say Dasharatha Putra, 0 mark. Sarve Ramante idi Ramaha. That which is reveling in each bosom is Rama. Meditate like that. Meditate on the essence of the Nama. Not merely meditate. That is why many a person has attained Sakshatkaram by the japa of Rama. As what they must have done japa, thinking Rama is the very Atma Chaitanyam in me, in everyone. Sarve Ramante idi Ramaha. So also here, merely Om, 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 if you say, you are not going anywhere. But if you know what the Om stands for, then only you are going to make progress towards the Abhedatvam of Om and Brahman has to be thought of in those moments of meditation. Okay. So then, thus the use of Pranava Dhyana is thus well recognized in the Upanishads. In fact, Mandukya starts by saying that its object is to expound the significance of Omkara and sketches the method of identifying the components of the sound Om with the four aspects of the self and thereby realizing the truth of non-duality. So the Mandukya objective is what? The four matras of Om is nothing but the four padas of the Brahman. Meditating on both of them together, you reach that higher state, realizing the truth of non-duality. There are four matras of Om corresponding to the four padas of the self. The four matras are what? Four matras of Om. Aum. A-U-M in English. Amatra. Fourth is Amatra. So this is the four matras of Om, and they are corresponding to, which is represented by the point of, the Amatra Om is represented by the point in the Anusara. So what is that? That dot is the Amatra. And what is Amatra Om? They are going to say the Anuswara. The padas of the self are what? Now we have divided the matras of the Omkara and the padas of the self. Now, what is the padas of Brahman? Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. Three padas. What are the padas? Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. You have already seen that. Vishwa, Taijasa. Vishwa is the Vaikar. Taijasa is the dreamer. Prajna is the deep sleeper. So, this Vaikar is represented in Om by the Amatra. In the yoga, they teach you that, how to meditate on the Vaikar, waking state. So they will tell you, take deep breath. Now no breath I have, but take that and then give out the breath. Those who have done this meditation, they will know. That is, represents, Matra represents the Vishwa, which is the Vaikar. Which Vaikar? Individual Vaikar. Now the total Vaikar is called Vaishwanara. The total is called, macrocosm is called Vaishwanara. So Vishwa Vaishwanara is the first pada. First pada of Brahman is Vishwa as the individual Veshti and Vaishwanara as the Samashti. Is it clear? This is how you have to meditate on the... Why do you meditate on the waking state? Because I want to succeed in all that I do in the waking state. So what you have to contemplate on? Amatra Om. Understood? Have you understood? Truly? Amatra, if you meditate on, you will become a very successful man in the world. Before only it said, Kamadam, Mokshadam Jaiva. How the Kamadam is, you meditate on Amatra. Then the stomach is the place for the Umatra. Umatra of Brahman is what? Taijasa. And the macrocosm of Taijasa is Hiranyagarbha. So Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha are the second pada of the Brahman. And what is the matra? Umatra. Of Omkara. Now, the third matra is third matra of Om is Makara. Akara, Ukara, Makara. So you chant Makara and meditate on the Prajna. Is it not? Prajna is the name of the deep sleeper. Prajna. Vishti is Prajna. Samashti is Ishvara. Have you understood now? Three pairs there. Again and again I will tell till you get it. What is the first pada of Omkara? A. And what is the first padam, first matra of Om is A. And the first padam of Brahman is Vishwam Vaishwanara. Vishwa Vaishwanara. Okay. Now the second matra of Om is Ukara, and the second pada of Brahman is Taijasa Hiranyagarbha. Okay. And the third matra of Om is Makara, Vishti, and Samashti is make your own little tabulation. Then only you'll know. And Prajna, Ishvara is Vishti, Ishvara is Samashti. Have you understood this? So when you meditate on Akara, what is the Brahman you have to meditate? Vaishwanara. You understand? Virat. Vaishwanara means Virat. When I am meditating on something in the world, to gain something in the world, then Akara should be emphasized and Brahman should be meditated upon as what pada? Vaishwanara. Vishwa Vaishwanara. Or Vikar. You should meditate on Brahman as the Vikar. If you are wanting great intellectual and what power? Mental powers. Then you should take matra of Om and emphasize on that in your meditation, and also in Brahman, Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha. Suppose you want the totality, then Hiranyagarbha. Is that clear? Suppose you want to Prajna. Prajna is, why you want to meditate on Prajna? I don't know. Because what do you gain? Aikyam. Has it become Aikyam? There is only ignorance. That may be. Because what is sleep? Absence of sorrows. Absence of sorrows is called sleep. So I meditate anyway in sleep it will not be there. Don't be there. So the third pada always I say pada. Third matra of Om is Makara, and the pada of Brahman is Prajna Ishwara. This for meditation they are giving you certain indications how to. Now you don't want any of these things. I want to attain Sakshatkara of Brahman. Then what you have to meditate on? In the Omkara, I take the Amatra Om. What is an Amatra Om? Where all sound just goes into Layam. Om. That where there is no sound at all. The sound has entered. That is called Amatra. So I meditate on that sound. When you are meditating, don't go on saying ah. You are meditating on Vaikar. Do you understand? Suppose you go on saying ooh. You are meditating on Hiranyagarbha, Taijasa. Prajna, or if you have gone higher, you will reach Ishvara. And the Amatra Om is actually, what is it? There is no, the three are the waking, dream and deep sleep states of the self. But the fourth state, the Amatra Om, represents self per se. That is the self. Per se we say self alone, nothing else is there. Self is not a waker, not a dreamer, not a deep sleeper, but the self. So the Amatra Om represents the pure self. By thus meditating on the Om, you come to realize the pure self in due course. Is what Omkara Upasana is all about. In other words, what he is trying to tell you is, whatever you keep your mind hitched on, that alone you will get. Suppose you are only hitching on to the Akara Upasana, then you will become a very successful man in the waking world. Suppose you are hitching on to the Ukara Upasana in the dream world, you become a very good dreamer also. Taijasa. Why you become a good dreamer? Who wants to be a dreamer? Because always dream should be there if you want to attain anything. Is it not? Without dreams, what has man attained? Nothing. Man always had Manorajyam. Without that Manorajyam, nothing is achieved in this world. So he gets the necessary mental and intellectual abilities to that vision. They are the visionaries of the world. They get that. So I concentrate. Suppose I concentrate on Prajna. Prajna means has rejected the whole world, is it not? What is a deep sleeper? He is no longer of the world. There is no experience of the worldly objects. He is deep sleep, and when he has overcome that desire for the worldly things, what happens to him? He is near where? Brahman per se. He reaches Brahman. Okay? Now this is only a skeleton which the Rishi has given. You have to go on thinking on these lines and go on filling them with more and more ideas about it. What is that meditation? You have to practice and find out. So then, what are the three types of meditation? Akara, Ukara, Makara. And what is the Sakshatkaram? Amatra Om. That is why many a teacher will tell you that don't concentrate your mind on the Om sound, but concentrate on your mind in the silence. Gaudapada himself says, I am not going to describe that state. That is beyond description. It is pure silence. Primordial silence in which all sounds egi bhavanti. Everything has become one. That you meditate on. He says here. Now, the principle of the meditation on Om is to equate the matras with the padas. And matra sampradipati. It is called matra sampradipati. You equate the matras with the padas. This is only for helping concentration on the significance of Om. Now, the first of the matras is A and the first of the padas is Vishwa. Is it not? We have already seen. These two are to be regarded as identical. The pada and the matra are to be regarded as identical. What is meditation there? Meditation is identifying the matra and the pada as identical because of this common quality of being the first Adi. Did Gurudev take that? No, Gurudev didn't take it because we didn't have the first Adi, Apti. Because both of them have the quality of in the beginning and Apti as well as that of pervasiveness. Both matra, the first matra as well as the padam, first padam. They are both Adi, beginning, and Apti is there. Apti means pervasiveness is there. So you concentrate on those qualities which are common to both of them, which is coming in the mantra. Adi, there he is telling in the first mantra itself. Adimatva. Sapnasnano anda prajna pravivuk taijaso didiya padaha. That we have to go through the verses again. So these we will see now. So far I have read, which you can see now in these verses. Sarvam edat Brahma, ayam Atma Brahma. So ayam Atma Chadushpad. And what is Chadushpad? I have explained to you. 4 padas. Now, read from your books more about it. And here he says, that is the second verse.
Yeah, third.
Oh, what? Sarvam edat Brahma. Third is, Jagridasthano. Read. So the Pradama Pada is being explained. What is that first Pada of the Atman? He says, Jagridisthano Bahiprajnaha. He who is Bahiprajnaha. Bahiprajnaha means in the Bahya Vishayas, concentrating on the Bahya Vishayas is called Bahya Pratnyaha. Whose Pratnya is concentrated on the Bahya Vishayas, external objects, is called Jagaradisthanaha. He is a Vaikar. Bahipratnyaha, Saptangaha. He has got 7 angas. What is 7 angas? Samashti Virat Dhruva. 7 angas here means see, here I have written. Why it came, I don't know. Mandukya has Ega Jiva Vada. Hence, does not apply to individual Adhyatmadi Deviga Bhedam. Let's leave it. We have finished with all that. Now, what is the first 3 padas? Saha Ayam. These 2 Visheshanas are Saha is Samashti. Is it not Saha? I am Atma Saha. That is what he said. What is the word?
No, we are in Saptanga.
I know. I am Atma Brahma. We have seen before in the last one. I am Atma. This Atma is Brahman. We have seen that is the Mahavakya from this. Now he says, what is Saha there? Saha Ayam. These 2 Visheshanas are given to Ayam Atma. Ayam. 2 Visheshanas are Saha Ayam. Samashti. Saha means Samashti. Ayam means Vishti. Saha means Samashti and Ayam means Vishti. Sakshi Rupena Vishti. Sakshi Rupena Vishti is, you have to understand. Now, that which is shining as the Vishti Samashti Rupas, the first bhava is Vaishwanara, which we have seen. Or 1 pada is the 4, all the 4 we have described. First pada is Vaikar's state. So, in this he says the first pada is Vaikar's in all of us, and padas, Swapna state, Antaprajna Saptangam, Pravivikta Bhuk, Taijasaha. We are not doing the Taijasa, we are doing the Vaishwanara. Stula Bhuk Vaishwanara. Vaikar alone has 97 equipments is called Saptangam. The macrocosmic Vaikar is explained in the 11th chapter of the Gita. Which is the 11th chapter? Vishwarupa Darshanam. Head in outer space, sun and moon are his eyes, all noses put together is his nose. Like that it is explained. And sun and moon are his eyes, atmospheric air is the prana of that infinite reality, and the inner space, his mouth is the total mouth. This is the Vaishwanara, the Vishwa in all of us, and the Vaishwanara in the total Brahman. Panja, pranas, panja, karmendriyas, panja, jnanendriyas, 15 over. Then mind, intellect, chittam, all these together are called the 19 mouths. Now why mouths? Because through these apertures only we are experiencing the world. The Vaikar enjoys the Stavishta enjoyments through these 19 mouths. Hence 19 mouths, 7 equipments, and then what else he has? That's all. Sthula book. Gross. Vihiprajnaha saptangaha egonavimsadimugaha sthula book Vaishwanara Prathama Padaha. We have seen that. In other words, what is the saptanga? The head, which is in the outer space, the eyes, the sun and the moon, the air, like that we have read it, is no atmospheric air. These are the totality of the Pancha Mahabhutas, which is the from Chandogya, yes. These Pancha Mahabhutas are the 7 angas of that Brahman, of that, what do you call the Vaishwanara. In other words, to understand it correctly, Virat Rupa it is. The entire universe is like in the Purusha Sukta, you will get the full explanation of it. Is it not? Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrabat. Like that, the whole universe is the form of the Lord. And the eyes, the air, the Pancha Mahabhutas, and the head sticking out in the outer space is all called the 7, and Jalagni, etc. The Pancha Mahabhutas as well as there must be one more. Okay. In the Vishnu Sahasranamam, the relevant shloka is there. Bhupadau yasya nabhir vyeda suranila chandra surya ucha netre karna vasha shiro dyor mukhamabhidahano yasya vastya yamabdi andastam yasya vishwam suranara gagago bhogi gandharva daitye chitram ramyate tam tribhuvana vabhusham vishnumisham namami. So, all that is equated to various parts of the macrocosm. It is called the Saptangaha. I didn't bring Gurudev's book. That's why I am searching for. In that book it is given, Saptanga is given in that. And have you... And the moon. That's all he said. Okay. It depends. You can go on. I'm not saying you must stick only to that. You can expand. Because meditation is only a sort of bhavana. You can go on expanding it also. There is no harm. So the entire universe, you can take this verse for meditation on the Saptanga, Bhubadau Yasya Nabhi. Like that, if you take, you get the full picture of that first pada. That is how meditation is done. Not that you must only meditate on what I tell you, nothing of the sort. You have to meditate in this manner. The manner of meditation is explained in these verses. So, you can also, I forgot to take the book from there, and hence I am searching for where I have marked it, and I am not able to get it. Prathama Padaha Jagaridistano Beish Prajnaha Saptangaha Egona Vimsadimukaha Sthula Bhug Vaishwanara Prathama Padaha. So that Prathama Pada, the first Pada, is that tasya va etasya atmano vaishwanarasya murtha iva sudeja chakshu vishwarupaha pranaha pratak varmatma sandeho bahulo vastireva raihi prithivyeva padau. This Vaishwar Murtha is the Dyuloka Chakshus Shveta Pidadi Guna Saktaha Suryaha Pranan. Like that they have described. Prana, Vayu, Akasha in the Deha Madhya, Vasti, Heduvaya Jalam. What is that? Vasti is the stomach in which there is the water for digestion. That is said there. Deha Madhyam Akasha, Vasti Jalam in the stomach for digestive purposes. And the two padas is the Prithvi, Bhupadav Isyanabhir, Vyadasura. Like that. Vyadasu, Asu means the. Now, confusion is there in this. Do one thing, you write down in your book. I am not going to see it. But you write down what are the 7 angas. Then it will become clear. Okay? In your book. Okay. Now, what is the next pada? The second pada, the Taijasa. And the Taijasa is, he says, Veshti Samashtiru, Laha Pravanya. Okay. Now the next thing is Swapnasthano Andapratnyaha. Mandukya Upanishad is written in prose only. So we don't have to bother to put it into. It is not musical at all. So here he says Swapnasthano Andapratnyaha. That which is the Swapnasthanam and which is Andarprajnaha, which is an inner awarer. Is it not Andarprajnaha? Andarprajna means one who awares what is happening in the inner world of ours. The Vaishwanara sees the outer world, Bahiprajnaha, whereas Andaprajna is the one who sees the inner world in us. That my sorrows and joys, my emotions and disappointments, everything is seen by that Andaprajna who is called Taijasa. Taijasa means very, what can I say? Tejasvi. It can illumine the inner world of yours. That is called it. It is called Taijasaha. Egona, same, he also has got Saptangaha. He also has got Egona Vimshadimukaha, subtle. Avidya Kama Karma Prerana is there in the Taijasa. He is prompted by Avidya Kama Karma. What are these? Avidya Kama Karma. What are they? Avidya, Kama, Karma. Okay? So that is what we call the knots of the heart. What are these? The Grandhis. These 3 are called Hridaya Grandhi. Okay? Simply for information. Okay. Now he says, Pravivikta book. This Taijasa is it goes on various types of Sukshma Vishayas. It enjoys Sukshma Vishayas, subtle enjoyments, subtle objects. Whatever the mind thinks about, it starts enjoying. You understand? The Vaishwanara only sees the object, but the mind, there is no limit to it. It can go on imagining so many Pravivikta book, variety of Bhogya Vastus. Any number of Bhogya Vastus it enjoys. Pravivikta book, Veshti, and Veshti is called the Taijasa, Samashti is called Hiranyagarbha. The Veshti creates its own world, the Swapna world. Is it not? Who is creating the Swapna world? Mind My mind. Which mind? Waking mind. It creates the dream world and enjoys the dream. Whereas the Samashti is Hiranyagarbha, who creates the entire universe. He is the creator of the universe. And who is the creator of your Swapna Loka? Myself. Are Rama, you are all creators. You are the creator of your own little private world of hatred and don't you think? Did anybody create that world? Did anybody create that world for you? You only create. But who told you to hate your neighbor? Did anybody tell you? Then, why am I hating? My own little private world. From morning, what is your job? Create our own little private world of ragadveshas, kamakrodhas, lobhamohas, everything. Don't say no, Bhagavan had sat and created everybody's mind and made them all what they are. Such people are also there. Who say? Manomayam bhuvanam samastam. Ramana says, Manomayam. Is it clear? So this Taijasa is the second pada. Taijaso dvidiya padaha. In this Swapna there is always non-apprehension of the truth and there is misapprehension. The dream world is a world of misapprehension. What have you created? A projected world. The projected world is called world which is misapprehended. What about the waking world? At least the waking world is real. Do you agree? No. Later on, Gaudapada is going to say, as much as the dream world is unreal, so much the waking world also is unreal. In fact, Gaudapada clubs them together. They are not two different things. They are both one and the same. Both mithya. That we are not going to agree. We know that dream is mithya, but how can you say Vaishwanara's world is mithya? Every day I get up in the morning, it is there.
You wake up to the reality, it is not there.
Eh?
Wake up to the reality, it is not there.
That is the one day it will go because it is mithya. Why it is mithya? Because what is the Satyavastu? That which is there in all three periods of time. Since the world will never be there in all the three periods of time, as far as I am concerned, it is not there when I am sleeping. Or do you have? Your world is existing there when you are sleeping. They are not ready, not only you, everybody, not ready to say that the waking world is also unreal. Waking world is real. Swapna world? Why it is unreal? Because when I get up, the Swapna has vanished. When you get up from your waking world into the Turiya state of consciousness, what happens? This also vanishes. How nice. All my sorrows will go. No, but your joys also will go. What about that?
Swapna was real in Swapna.
That is true. But when you get up, you know I was going through a swapna, not real. Isn't it? See, imagine the brain of our rishis to analyze such a complicated thing.
How they have written about the sleep when they themselves don't know what has happened
What?
in the sleep.
In the sleep. In the deep sleep. They have done a lot of analysis of that. They have done a lot of analysis on that. Even today the analysis is going on of the sleeper's world. Sleep is always a problematic thing. This coming and going is not there, You realized Turiya.
When they realize that's what Gurudev has written, everybody has written, that out of compassion they have come back and they are writing about Turiya.
Oh, that way maybe.
That's what I'm
Gurudev must know.
No, once I have seen the truth, once I have
People
seen
who
the,
are writing about it,
once I have seen the
it's
where
not
I-
that they are going to and you are lost.
No, that is when I wake up, immediately I know that dreams were foolish. I had such a stupid dream, you say. How do you know? You know. Because I have woken up now. Otherwise you won't know. The moment you wake up, you know that the dream was not real, it is mithya. Similarly, you will know when you wake up to the Turiya consciousness that all this is unreal.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Ah.
When you come back to wake up, which is mithya itself, you say in wake up state that Turiya is not mithya.
Because they exist in Turiya, they never leave Turiya.
No. Where the Turiya comes there. I didn't understand that.
Maybe I'm not able to put it properly.
He is talking about one who I realized.
Yeah, one word realized. How does he see the Jagrita Avastha?
How does he see?
The Jagrita Avastha.
Jagrata Avastha.
Yeah. Because he knows the whole thing is.
You mean a jnani, how does he see?
He knows it's all unreal. How does he deal with it?
No. He is asking, how does a man who has realized the self know about the...
There is a difference between the deep sleep and Turiya. How he will tell.
How he will tell.
Because both our experiences are not, there is no experience. So what is the difference?
How does he say means what? How can I say? I don't know. I didn't realize it.
My notion is different.
This is all I can say. Only thing we can say is that from the great masters we have, from Shabda Pramana only we are taking all this. Not from any single individual. From Shabda Pramana of the great masters, they have an intuitive understanding which you cannot analyze with our little brains. That is why we are not able to understand that. How they understood that the whole thing in the deep sleep state, we are immersed in avidya. Who told you? You understand? That is their intuitive understanding in meditation. All this they have found out by meditation only, nothing else. So, it is Shruti which is sort of guiding them in their understanding.
After logic stops, spirituality
Starts. So you see, when a man had realized the Turiya self, he can even, they say there are jnanis who can go to sleep with eyes open. That type of jnanis are there. I have read somewhere. They can go to sleep at will. They can wake up at will. In those extraordinary moments which we are not aware of, they were able to find out all these type of things one by one. That's the only way. There was only ignorance because there was no mind, no intellect, which is all dissolved in that ignorance. And there was nothing known, but yet you know you had a good sleep. You did not know when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you did not know. But when you get up, you say, I had a good sleep. So somebody had known about the joy of that sleep. Somebody had. And that somebody is what we call Sakshi Chaitanya is there. Sakshi Chaitanya is there. And the moment the mind wakes up, the mind gets that knowledge from the Sakshi and we wake up with the idea, I had a good sleep. Other than that, the mind is not available in the deep sleep state. But deep sleep is a very difficult state to explain. All the masters I asked had only told me there is avidya, abhava vritti, avidya vritti. It is this avidya vritti which gives you the understanding that there was nothing seen in the deep sleep, but there was total joy. Ananda book. Possibility is there. That I told you. And he can do many things. He can go without sleep, he can sleep, and in sleep he can understand. Whereas which we cannot do. What? So then when you are in such a pause that you can't understand what's happening at that time, then we have to take the words of such masters who are capable of knowing it. If it is not true, other jnanis would have negated it, which did not happen. Is it not? So we have to accept it. That is where Shabda Pramana comes. But this thing will always sort of trouble you. So you keep on reading whatever book you get on that matter. You can keep on reading. It has been troubling me for a long time. Now I have given up that. Long time means I used to fight with Balasubramaniam and all. Why you say, where is the ignorance? Then he said, Chandogya has said, that Upanishad has this, Upanishad has this. Anyway, that is the accepted thing and we will take it as it is. Okay, that is the second pada. Third one, Nakanjana Swapnam Vashyadi Tat Sushupta. So the Tritiya pada is that Prajna who is Ananda book, who is experienced. But he really speaking, he is not experiencing anything at all. Only when he wakes up, he says he had Anandam. Is it not? But in this in here, in which without any desire, he has no desires, he doesn't see any more swapnas. So that's avastha is called sushuptam. And there is no dvaidam, nothing is there. Egi bhavandi, everything become one mass of consciousness. Is it not? One mass of consciousness. That is the deep sleep, and withdrawing his sense organs from all objects of the world, he has become nothing but Ananda book. He is experiencing only Ananda. Absence of sorrow is only Ananda. Anandamaya. Mayat pratyam is there. Anandamaya does not mean Anandam. Anandamaya means filled with Ananda. You know, there is a little difference between Maya and Anandam. Pure Anandam is only Brahman. Anandamaya kosham means not yet. You have not reached. Otherwise you must say that the deep sleeper has realized. Deep sleeper never realizes. He is in the Anandamaya kosha. That is all. And he is ready to come back to the Chedomukha. means is ready to come back to the waking world, is ready to come back to the which world? The Swapna world. Rudimentary mind with is ready. That is why it is called Karana. Actually speaking, we get the idea Karana Shariram means Vasanam Maya. Karanam for the next two Shariras. Karana for the waking world, Karana for the... You understand? So, which is called Cheto Mukhaha. The mind which is ready to take over again the dream and the gross and the subtle worlds of ours is ready to take, and this prajna is the third pada of the Atma, Brahman, whatever you call it. It's the third padam, and it is not really happiness, not pure happiness, but absence of all sorrows. It's only absence. What is happening in the deep sleep state? I have no sorrows. That's why everybody who is miserable wants to sleep. Because sleep is absence of sorrows, and that joy is negative, whereas the true bliss is positive. It's positive bliss, whereas this is negative joy. What you experience in this sleep state, deep sleep state, is only a joy because there are no instruments in you with which to experience the sorrows. All the ubadhi rehidam. Ubadhi is not there. Hence is happy. Say Akhileshtada, says Ramana. Everybody in the world loves deep sleep. Akhileshtada. Everyone likes deep sleep. Why? They don't know it is the absence of real joy, but that little joy they experience as the real joy and think this is the greatest joy of life. What? Go to sleep. To the Vedantin who says like that, what can you say? Deep sleep is not a samadhi state. Deep sleep is not a state of realization. Deep sleep is that I am not experiencing any sorrows. It is a limited state. There is no sorrows. But some people cannot even sleep. You know that. They cannot sleep at all. There in which book it is? Entire description of sleep and samadhi is given in one of the scriptures. Sleep is different from samadhi. Sleep is different from realization. Though they appear to be the same, but it is not the same. Then it must be that. Somewhere I have read here. Sleep is not a realization state. Sleep is only, you have, everything else has gone to sleep, including the mind and intellect. Layam, it has gone into layam. And it doesn't know what's happening in the outer world, and hence is happy. So that happiness is not real happiness. Whereas Atman is Ananda Surupaha. If you have realized the Atman, nobody can take away that joy from you. No event can take it away. No sorrows can take it away. That is the difference between deep sleep and realization. The man who has realized the self, he'll be always laughing or he'll looking at something and dancing. Then you wonder, has he gone mad? And you ask him also, why are you so happy? What is making you so happy? What can I do? I can't help it. It is my very nature.
In realization, there is no avidya. In sleep, it is under avidya.
Whatever the reason, I am telling you the expression. The expression is, it is, no, I don't know there.
No.
It is my nature, I have to be happy. Helplessly happy. You know what I mean? Helplessly happy, Gurudev's words these are. I am helplessly happy because it is my nature. Some people say, no, I don't know why I get angry, I am helplessly angry all the time. Like that, these Mahatmas, they are helplessly happy. It is their very nature. Ananda Swarupaha, not Ananda book. Sleeper is what? Ananda book. Enjoying the Anandam. What a realized master is Ananda Swarupaha. He cannot be otherwise. That is me. Even if he tries, he cannot be otherwise. Go on thinking about all these things. The absence of all sorrows. In Jagrat and Sopnam, there is misapprehension, anyadha grahanam. You are seeing the world and taking it as something totally different. In Sushupti, there is agrahanam, non-apprehension. Sushupti is non-apprehension. In waking and dream, it is misapprehension. So, and prakarshena janadi is prajna. Whereas prajna is one who knows, who is a knower. Prakarshena ajnaha also they say. So we don't know which one suits us, but whatever it is, prakarshena jayadi janadi, it is samanya jnanam he has. Now the next one, Gurudeva had done, Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvajnaha, Esha Andaryami, Esha Yonihi Sarvasya, Prabhavapyayauhi Budhana. It is consciousness functioning through total misapprehension and non-apprehension is called the Sarveshwara, Ishwara. Eshaha Sarvajnaha, Eshaha Andaryamihi. He enters inside and make everything work out. Eshaha Sarvasya Yonihi is the very Uppatti Sthanam of everything in this world, is the Prabhavam and Ayauhi Budhana. Layam and Udbhavam are all that matram. Sarveshwaranam, Sarvajnanam, Adidevamai. Here it is written, is the Adhyatma, Adidevam, is Sarveshwara, Sarvajnaha, Sarvandaryami, and he is the Utpatti Sthanam of all beings in this world, and all beings go back into that Utpatti Sthanam itself. Prabhava Pralaya, both happens in that. That we will see later.